Standard 6th, subject Science, lesson number 13, Sound. Look at these pictures. You can see different types of sounds getting produced in these pictures, right? In first picture, that girl is singing song which is melodious sound. Then firecrackers, or you can see traffic police over there. So he is whistling, means it is what? Harsh sound. Then dog is barking, so that is also loud sound. Okay. Then other type of sound is, see, two girls are there in one picture, and one girl is whispering something in other girl's ears. So that is also what? Different type of sound. Students, which sounds do you hear during the recess in the school? You can hear students screaming, right? Then speaking loudly with one another, or you can say many different types of sound. If canteen is there in any school, then you can hear those students, whoever is taking or purchasing food, yes, their sound, sellers sound. Then other type of sound, now our school is in marketplace, so you may hear some vehicle sound also. Then other type of sound, if anyone's tiffin falls down, then you can hear that sound. So variety of sounds you can hear during recess. Now another example is when there is silence at your home. Close your eyes and sit quietly. Which sounds in your surroundings can you hear? Now children, when there is silence, so it is totally depend on the location of your house. If it is at marketplace, you can hear vehicle sound or different types of sound. But if it is in village or if it is in lonely area, then you can hear bird sounds also. Okay, so it is depend on the location of your house. Now we have studied different types of examples of sound. So let's discuss about how are sounds produced. When a song is being played on radio or music system in the house, place your hand on its speaker. What do you feel? Yes, children. What do you feel? You can feel some vibrations, right? And when you will put off that instrument, that time those vibrations will also stop, right? Now another example we will discuss, that is, take a rubber band and stretch it as shown in the picture. Look at this picture like this. You have to stretch rubber band and plug the stretch band. Apart from this movement of rubber band, what else do you notice? See, when you will stretch the rubber band and in between, if you will plug that, you can see some vibrations in it. And then after some time, you hold that rubber band close to your ears. Okay, you can hear that vibrating sound also. Now what is this? This is tabla, right? Let's discuss one more experiment. Spread some sawdust or mustard seeds or sand on the diaphragm of tabla. Knock on the diaphragm lightly with a finger. What do you see happening so long as the tabla makes a sound? What happens when the sound stops? See, when you will knock that diaphragm, that time those mustard seeds or whatever is spread on that diaphragm, suppose sand particles, whatever will be there, sawdust or sand particles will start moving because of vibrations. When you will knock it, that time it will start vibrating. That diaphragm will start vibrating. So along with the vibration of that diaphragm, those particles will also start moving. And when you will stop knocking on it, that time vibrations will also stop, and those moving of those particles will also stop. So what do you understand from these observations? Tell me, children. That is vibration, right? Sound and vibration. There is some relation between sound and vibration. So next point is source of sound. The object due to which sound is produced is called the source of sound. Vibration is necessary for the production of sound. Where there is vibration, there is sound. We understood these things from experiments which we have discussed, right? So vibration is necessary for production of sound. When the vibration stops, sound also stops. And as long as the object vibrates, the sound is heard. So in short, what? Source of sound is what? The object due to which sound is produced. And vibration is necessary for production of sound. Now look at this picture. This is what? Acoustics. Acoustics means what? The science of sound. Resonance. Including the production, propagation and effects of sound is called acoustics. Acoustics is what? The study of sound. Its effects, its propagation, production, whatever things we are studying about sound, that is nothing but science of sound, which is called as acoustics. The intensity of sound is measured in unit called decibel, which is written as dB. See, in bracket it is written small dB. The vibration of the vocal cords in our larynx or voice box also produces sound. See children, while speaking, you can put your hand on your throat. There you can feel some vibrations. Okay? Why you can feel some vibrations? Because sound is getting produced from there. So, and when you stop talking, that time vibration will also stop. The voice box is located in our throat. The quality of sound produced in the larynx depends upon the tautness of vocal cords. Yes, that's why different sounds are there. Yes, and in human beings also there is variety of sound, right? That because it is depend on tautness of vocal cords. Next point is how sound is heard. See children, due to vibrations, air around the source of sound also undergoes vibrations and sound is heard. These vibrations spread like a wave in all directions from the source of sound, and this wave is called as sound wave. See, from one place, from one object where that sound is produced is called as source of sound, but it doesn't stop there itself. It spreads around that object or around that source, okay, and it spread like wave. Vibration spread like wave. So that wave is called as sound wave. Understood? And because of that sound wave, because of those vibrating waves, we can hear the sound. In the ear cavity, there is delicate eardrum or diaphragm. In Marathi, we are saying kanacha padda, which also starts vibrating, and the vibration reach the nerves in the internal ear, and those nerves transmit this message to the brain. Therefore, we can hear. Next point is propagation of sound. When sound waves spread in all the directions from the source of sound, it is called propagation of sound. What is propagation of sound? Now we studied source of sound means what? The object. Yes. Then propagation means what? Those waves which spread in all the directions from that source is called, that spreading of waves in all the direction is called as propagation of sound. Medium of propagation of sound. The substance around the source of sound is called the medium of propagation of sound. See children, for example, when teacher is speaking in classroom, you can hear teacher's sound in every corner of the class, right? But the teacher is standing only at the one corner or in front of you near the board. But still you can hear. So how is it possible? Because there is medium. Which medium is there? Air is there in the classroom. So through the air you can hear those sound waves. That sound waves get passed from teacher's mouth to the ears. Okay, to students' ears. So that you can hear sound. So your medium of sound is what? Air. Next point is transmission of sound. Transmission of sound occurs at a different speed through different mediums. Transmission of sound is faster through a liquid than through a gas. It means what? It is faster in water than in air, and faster through solid than through liquid. Now faster through solid means what? If you will put your head down on bench and if you will make some sound with your finger slowly on other side of bench, then also you can hear that sound because it is what? Solid medium. Yes. Next point is noise pollution. The harsh and unwanted sound that produces discomfort is called noise pollution. See children, you have already studied about noise pollution in previous standards also, right? Noise pollution occurs when there is one or many noises around us that are harmful. This kind of continuous noise causes ill effects on health. Next point is effects of noise pollution. First one, the hearing capacity of the ears is lessened and it may cause deafness. See, it is very serious issue, deafness. Yes, it may cause deafness also. Means you can lose total hearing capacity, full deafness. There is mental exhaustion due to constant noise. There is restlessness and mental irritability. One cannot work with concentration. So these are all severe effects of noise pollution. When there is continuous noise pollution, then these effects are there of noise pollution. These are the effects of noise pollution. Measures for preventing noise pollution. First one, as far as possible, we should avoid blowing the horn. The volume of the TV or radio in the house should be restricted to those watching the programs, right? Third one, vehicles should be maintained properly to reduce the unnecessary sounds they produce. Yes, you may hear unnecessary sounds from vehicles. Yes, right? So it has to be maintained properly to avoid such sounds. Factories, airports, railway stations and bus stands should be located because these are the areas where there is more noise pollutions, right? So these should be located at a proper distance from residential areas as well as from hospitals. Yes, hospitals also should be from far, okay, far distance, at the far distance from all these areas, right? Then what we have learned in this lesson, let's discuss summary of this lesson. First one, vibrations are required for the production of sound. A medium is required for propagation of sound. Sound is propagated through gaseous, liquid and solid mediums. Noise is disagreeable, irregular and loud. Noise pollution occurs due to continuous noise. Noise pollution has adverse effects on our health. Heavy traffic and industrial areas cause the maximum noise pollution. Noise pollution is a social problem. It is necessary that everybody takes measures to prevent noise pollution. Then, blowing the horns of vehicles is prohibited near places like schools and hospitals. These rules should always be followed. So this is about what we have learned in this lesson. In this way, we have completed lesson number 13, sound. Thank you.